This second way is infinitely more powerful than the first way. Because the act of not having those judgments of this is good for me, it allows us to perceive things that are above the mind, things that are directly linked to what we could call beauty, what we could call, actually there's no word for that, like art. Actually, when we watch at, for example, an object, you watch at this on your desk, and you're not having those thoughts with the judgments around this. This is as watching art. There is a form of beauty that happens in the mind that is going to generate way more happiness than any positive judgments. And this is even funny to see that when we work a lot on creating only positive judgments, and that all the negative one, all the red things in consciousness disappear, what happens is that we are not interested anymore in even the positive thoughts, even the positive things. We get disinterested in it. Because we then see, oh, but if I'm just present and I have no thought and I just observe, I'm going to be even more happy. We can feel it. So all of this is to say that the second one is even more powerful than the first one. You might once again have a lot of objections, a lot of questions about it. Don't worry, because either it's going to be answered in the next videos where we are going to make this framework more complex. Either it means that it would be the subject of a way more deep entire course. For example, I should do an entire course which doesn't talk about dating and it's just about happiness, and there we could go very deep and we could discuss those objections that you might have. But for now, understand that either it's going to be answered later, either even if you still have questions and objections about this framework, you have to understand that it's not going to be a problem for dating. It's not going to be a problem, because we're going to use that to explain the tools for later and to understand women. But it's going to be used in a way that even if you don't agree with this, you're still going to understand the tools that we're going to see later. And so this will be okay. You will be able to be like, okay, even if there is some parts that I would like him to go more in depth with, to go more deeper. This is okay, because I don't need to have those answers to be able to apply what follows. I'm going to give you all the answers that's possible in a big course, but if you want to go deeper, it would require an entire course about it. So let's go deep enough. This is the key word, enough. So here it is. Why I say that you would still have thoughts in your mind that are negatively charged, that have a negative judgment for you around them in your consciousness, even if you look at my eyes and you focus a lot. Why? Because there is subliminal things in consciousness. This is subliminal. When you try to look at my eyes, you have a lot of subliminal thoughts happening. But it's going so fast that we can't see them. Actually, right now, we need to make a distinction to go further. Those points that we've been drawing on the circle of consciousness or in the circle of subconsciousness, those points, we've seen that they can have many forms. It can be thoughts, it can be objects. What is that really? Let's be a bit more precise about what is it. Let's just call that an element in consciousness, or an element in subconsciousness. This is the best way to make a category out of all of those different expressions that can happen in consciousness. What are the different types of expression that it can take? Actually, there is, let's be simple and consider two main types. There will be the sensory elements and the mind elements. The mind elements, actually this is only thoughts. This is thoughts. That's what's going on in the mind. And we're going to make it a little bit more specific right after. But let's focus on the sensory now. What kind of elements can come into consciousness or subconsciousness, which are in the category of sensory, of the senses? This is very simple. There is 5, you already know them. There is from the visual field, from the view, from the auditory from the ears, and kinesthetic, and then there is the smell and the taste, but let's not focus on them, it's useless. Kinesthetic, so visual, auditory, kinesthetic, this is the three fields of the senses. Anything coming from that or that can become a point in consciousness, up, or even in subconsciousness. You can have a feeling, you can hear something, up. Let's go here. You can see something. This is from the sensory, from the senses, from the mind, the thoughts. You can have thoughts as well, up. Thoughts about your woman, for example. But let's be a bit more specific to really understand how it works. The thoughts, they can take 5 forms as well. Actually, the thoughts, they are only expressed in the sensory expressions. Thoughts can only be either visual, either auditory, this is the same, either kinesthetic in the body, kinesthetic, or either taste, or as we said, smell, but let's not focus on them. You may practice that if you want. For example, let's close your eyes now. Do this exercise now. Close your eyes. Your eyes are closed. Good. Do the exercise. Focus on your breath. Have a deep breath. And from now, wait for the next thought. Did you catch it? Did you have a thought? If you did or if you did not, just keep doing this exercise. Do it again. Wait for the next thought, then the next for 15 seconds. Keep your eyes closed. And now do the same exercise, but this time try to see in which of those categories the thoughts are. Is it a picture or a movie? Is it a sound or even a music, a melody?
Or a voice talking, saying something?
Is it an emotion? Okay, good, you can open your eyes. Maybe you seen it, maybe you saw it, or maybe you did not. In either case, you might see it sooner or later, that every thought is either a picture or a movie, either feelings, kinesthetic, either even a voice, through language. If you're talking, oh, think about this kind of thing, there's a voice, auditory. This is going to be very important because we're going to use that to influence what's going on your mind and thus influence what's going on when you are interacting with a woman. This is going to be very key. So now that we have that, let's go back to the main question of this video. Why, even if you focus on my eye, you still have thoughts with potentially negative or positive judgment for you upon it? Why? Because there is this subliminal world, and this is actually the subconsciousness, but this is almost between. Let's draw something else. It's as if there is a third circle. So here is consciousness, subconsciousness. Whoa, this is not on the good side, up like this. And this is almost as if there is a third circle, which I'm going to draw in cutted lines, like this. Looks like an egg now. This is the field of subliminal thoughts. I draw cutted lines like this because actually it's in subconsciousness. We're not conscious of it. But this is not so far in subconsciousness. This is right there. This is accessible. We can get them. This is subliminal. Why do I say subliminal? Why not just unconscious? Why not say, for example, blurred? They are blurred. This is a bit blurred. There is a bit of... We don't get the signal. We don't really get it. It's not going to be precise enough. Let's be more precise. And subliminal is precise enough. Because actually what means conscious or unconscious, this is only linked to the speed at which it happens. Any thoughts, any sensory input, any element that happens in consciousness or in subconsciousness, it happens at a certain speed. And this is going to define what is conscious and what is unconscious. So now, to explain that, let's jump on the next video.